Time flies when you're having fun. 2 years have gone by and buying this Macan is where it all started. I rarely hold on to any cars for that long, but the Macan has been so great that even after all this time, I've still held on to it. In this video, I'm gonna tell you what it's been like to own this Macan for a couple of years, all the money that I've spent on it, and most importantly, am I gonna keep holding on to it or get rid of it this year? If you've watched any of the videos that I've made about the Macan, you know how great this car is. I've talked about it at length. I still can't believe how cheap these used Macans are. This is so much car for the money. Nobody believes that you can buy one of these used for the price of a Honda CR-V. But there's a reason that a used Macan is so cheap, because it's a Porsche. You could buy a $12,000 Bentley and still pay $20,000 to replace a part. But I bought this used Porsche Macan as a certified pre-owned with a full warranty that I've already used to get some repairs done at no cost. Luckily, this Macan has been really reliable. I really haven't had to use the warranty much, and knock on metal, I hope it stays that way. When I bought this Macan 2 years ago, it had 56,000 miles, and this black car came full of scratches. You could tell that the previous owners took this thing through a car wash week after week. So one of the first things I got done with this Macan was get ceramic coating, paint correction, and also got this really dark tint because I love the black on black look. When a black car with black tint with the black interior is nice and clean, there's nothing quite like it. It looks absolutely stunning. The downside is a black car only stays clean for 2 minutes after wash, and soon after it looks like this. But with the ceramic coating, the water does bead off, and every time you wash the car, you don't have to wax and polish it each and every time. But the ceramic coating is kind of a pain because you can't use just any soap to wash your car. You have to get special soap that doesn't eat away at the coat. And the ceramic coating also doesn't last forever, so you have to get it redone every so often. To get the tint, the ceramic coating, and the paint correction done, I spent $2,000 early on to get this car looking in tip-top shape. But after having lived with the black car for 2 years now, I can tell you from experience that the cleanliness of this car lasts for 35 seconds. A black car is impossible to keep clean, so save yourself some stress. If you get a used Macan, get any color other than black. And if you own a black car, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. With the Macan specifically, you absolutely want to avoid black because this happens. The way the back part of the Macan's designed, it gets so incredibly dirty even with a slight drizzle. The rest of the car might be looking perfect, but the tailgate and the rear end is absolutely terrible. This thing gets so dirty in the back, it's incredibly annoying. To prevent yourself from going absolutely crazy, just pick any other color on the Macan. Don't choose black. After about a year of owning this car, I also spent $2,000 for service at a dealership. I didn't have to take it to a dealership, but in this video, I talked about why I did. Because this car has a certified pre-owned warranty from the dealer, I didn't want to risk it by taking it to a local shop because I didn't want to give the dealer any reason whatsoever to refuse a warranty repair. And also, the Porsche dealer in Austin is super nice, so why wouldn't I go there? And every time you drop off a car for a repair, they give you an awesome, nice new loaner. A brand new Porsche to drive around for a few days? Of course, hand me the keys. As part of that $2,000 service, I got an oil change, air filter change, but the most expensive part was the PDK transmission fluid flush and service. This is the famous Porsche PDK transmission, so it just needs some extra care and love. I imagined that if I took the Macan to a local shop, I could have gotten all of that done for about half the cost. Then came the dumbest accident in the world. A post-COVID induced brain fog caused me and my wife to crash my Tesla into this Porsche Macan. The result of that accident was that I had to get the bumper on this replaced as well as the repairs on my Tesla. On the Tesla, I filed an insurance claim to repair it. It came out to $15,000 for that minor accident. That's insane. I can't believe that Teslas are so expensive to repair. It makes sense because a lot of the fixing had to be done around the charge port, and so Tesla had to mess with a bunch of electronics So moral of the story is do not get into an accident with your Tesla. I didn't want to file 2 insurance claims, so I paid for the repair on this out of pocket. The grand total for the bill to repair the bumper on the Porsche, $4,000. Grand total for both cars, $19,000, $4,000 out of pocket, $15,000 from the insurance company. What a gigantic waste of money. I can't even believe that that happened. COVID, I hate you. And that's why used Porsche Macans are so cheap. $25,000 to buy it, $4,000 to fix a dumb bumper. You can buy this Porsche for the price of a Corolla, but Porsche parts can't escape those costs. In my 2 years of owning this car, I did have to use the warranty twice. The first time was for a headlight that stopped working, and then the second time was for the air conditioning that decided to stop working in the middle of summer. Luckily, no out-of-pocket costs. The CPO warranty with Porsche worked brilliantly. Everything fixed at no cost. And a new loaner from Porsche. No complaints there at all. These kinds of no questions asked repairs from Porsche makes you feel like you're driving a brand new Porsche and not a 9-year-old used Macan. In the last few months of ownership, I had a couple more expenses, an oil change and replacing all 4 tires. These are pretty big wheels, so you can imagine that these tires were not cheap to replace, $2,100. When I bought this CPO Macan, it came with all new tires, and 20,000 miles of driving, the tires did get worn out, and so I had to get them changed. This is a performance machine, so tires aren't gonna last you 50, 60, 70,000 miles. And with a Porsche, you could easily eat through tires a lot sooner than 20,000 miles. But tell you what, after replacing the tires, this car feels super incredible to drive. The couple days after getting 4 fresh new tires feels like a totally different car. It certainly didn't feel like a 9-year-old car with 77,000 miles on it. So to sum up the expenses, $4,500 in service over the past 2 years, $2,000 in exterior beauty, and $4,000 for an idiotic accident. $10,500 in additional expenses in the 2 years of ownership. If you happen to buy a used Macan, first of all, save $4,000 and don't hit any of your own cars. And knowing more about the Macan now after having owned this, I probably wouldn't have paid extra to get a CPO. This has been extremely reliable, but take it for what it's worth because I am just one data point. You can always buy a used Macan with great ownership history, something that's been really taken care of, and not have to worry about problems that might come up. And even if something does come up, just have some money set aside for repairs and take it to a local shop to get it done for much cheaper. This car really is one of the best used car deals you could find, so cheap to buy and not that expensive to own and maintain. You could buy a cheap Civic, but then you wouldn't get a door thunk that sounds like this. There is a benefit to having a CPO though. You have extreme peace of mind. Everything is covered. Drive this however you want to, thrash it around, and the car will be in the safe hands of a Porsche dealer. I really didn't expect the Macan to drive so well, even at almost 80,000 miles. Extremely smooth, no problems, no issues. It is a 9-year-old car, so you'll hear some rattles here and there, but that's to be expected. Don't expect perfection after all these miles and this many years. There are a couple downsides though of owning a 9-year-old Porsche Macan. The interior technology is pretty dated, much more so than of other cars from that same year. And that is something that I do miss. In the year 2025, you're having to live with something that is pretty ancient. And then also the interior headliner is starting to fall apart. I'm not sure how much longer it's going to last. And for the most part, you don't notice it, especially because the interior color is black. But you can certainly see the bubbling that's starting to happen. But ultimately, that doesn't really matter because you have the Porsche driving experience, so you just don't care. And on top of that, you have SUV practicality packaged up inside a sports car. This is a true workhorse. It goes to Home Depot, grocery stores all the time, hauls things around. It's perfect. As I drive this Macan, I know there's so much more life left in this, so many more miles. This is really one incredible used SUV. In the many videos I've done about this Macan, I've talked about how great of a driver's car this is. It's so stable around turns. It feels like a car. What a great deal for $25,000. The engine, along with Porsche's PDK transmission, makes this Macan an absolute joy to drive each and every time. I think it's time to sell this Macan. It's been great. I love the thing, but I'm also kind of bored of it. 2 years is a long time, and it's time for a change. Not sure what the replacement will be, but I know that I'm gonna miss this thing, and the next owner is gonna be really happy, enjoying an amazing Macan. This really has been one of the best cars that I've owned, and it built up my YouTube channel. What more could I ask for? This may just be one of the last videos on the Macan, unless, I do something stupid like crashing into my 911. But thanks to YouTube, the memories of this car will forever be preserved in the world of the interwebs.